John D. Long Lake. This is the place where Susan Smith killed her two young sons, Michael, which was 3 years old, and Alexander, only 14 months old. She drove the children off the ramp and into this lake, and she blamed it on an African-American man carjacking her. She received a wealth of support and sympathy from across the nation and across the world, and only 9 days later, she admitted to what she had done. She was born right here in Union County, South Carolina. Susan Lee Vaughn, better known as Susan Smith, was born September 26, 1971. She is currently incarcerated in the Leith County Correctional Institute in Greenwood County, South Carolina, not too far from this location. Since she's been incarcerated, multiple guards have been convicted of having sexual relations with her. There has been reports coming out of her correctional facility that she has been using drugs and alcohol while she's been incarcerated. The reason why we're covering the story today is because she is coming up for parole in November 2024. She was convicted of 2 counts of homicide, murder of her children. John D. Lake is about an 80-acre man-made lake in Union County, South Carolina. As you can see, it's beautiful and peaceful out here. Very serene, very nice. What is interesting is in 1996, 7 additional people died in this lake. They were coming here to visit the memorial set up for the boys, Michael and Alexander Smith, which was a little close to the lake near the ramp. And the truck ended up backing into the lake and drowning 7 people that were here to see the memorial. So very sad. There's a lot of sad feelings when you come to this area, especially with the amount of death by this lake. This lake has been home to many tragedies here in Union I'm here in front of Bougainville United Methodist Church, where Michael and Alexander Smith had their funeral services and were buried in the cemetery. This is a beautiful resting place. Again, this is ripping my heart out right now to think that a parent could do such horrific things to such young, beautiful children. Young sons, Michael and Alexander. This is a sad, sad tale of everything that is wrong with some of the parents in this country. Susan Smith was convicted here 28 years ago and is eligible for parole coming November 2024. Eligible for parole after strapping her two young boys into car seats and lunging them to their death in a lake where they both drowned. She is eligible for parole in 2 more years. Susan Smith is sick and demented. She is now accused of using drugs and using security guards at the prison for sex. Her saga continues to this day. Her destruction continues to this day. During her court hearing, her stepfather went on the stand and said that he had been molesting her since she was a teenager, and he had just had sex with her the day before she killed her children. During the court hearing, information came out that Susan Smith was also having an affair with an older, wealthier gentleman that did not want to have children. She was hoping to marry him one day and needed to get rid of those kids. So what did she do? Again, she strapped her 2 young sons in car seats and shoved her car into the lake. She went home and called the police on the phone and said that a African-American gentleman had carjacked her with her children. This garnered worldwide attention and people were sympathetic to Susan Smith. And 9 short days later, they found out she was the one responsible.